If you're pooping well and you don't have any worries or any problems with it, and you don't know anybody who has any gastrointestinal disorders or is completely fine with the way they're pooping, no constipation, no diarrhea, fully emptying and voiding, then this isn't for you. If, however, you fall into the classification of people who either have this or know somebody, I want you to pay attention because I'm going to go over today the 5 F's of poop, or as we say in the office, the 5 F's of fecal. And it's not the most fun topic, but it's one that we all, talk about in our own heads at least, because we should be pooping at least once every day. And if you're not, you certainly can feel it in your body. So the first F is feet. It means movement. Your body uses movement to get the gastrointestinal system moving. If you're not moving, if you're sitting around, if you're very sedentary, there's no stimulus for the gastrointestinal system to move. So you're going to tend toward constipation. The second F is fluids, drinking water, drinking fluids. Your colon, one of the jobs of the colon is to absorb water or to recapture water from your food so you don't lose water. And if you're not drinking enough, your body's going to try to capture it from your poop. And the more that the body does that, the harder and harder it gets, and the more constipation builds and builds and builds. The third F is fiber, and fiber is important because fiber is the substrate, it's the soil in which the bacteria in your colon grows and feeds on. If you're not eating good, healthy fiber in the form of soluble, insoluble, we even talk about resistant starches acting as a fiber, you're not feeding the healthy gut bacteria, and this can lead to gastrointestinal upset, can lead to gas, diarrhea, irritable bowel, and other problems that might arise from not having enough fiber. The fourth F is fermented. We should be eating fermented foods regularly, at least 3 to 5 fermented foods every day. And fermented foods include miso, tempe. They might include sourdough bread or traditional fermented pickles, sauerkraut, kombucha, kimchi. These are all foods that were changed based on bacterial action or activity. So if you're considering something like cheese, cheese is dairy, but cheese is actually dairy that was digested by bacteria and then produced a final end product. And these fermented foods either have living organisms in them, like bacteria, or they have the leftover bacterial parts of fermentation, and these help to signal good, healthy gut bacteria concentrations. And then the last F, it's not really an F, but it sounds like an F, it's a P word, but it's phenol and polyphenols. These are the micronutrients and the chemicals that plants use to manufacture defenses in the wild and use to be vibrant and healthy. We tend to see them more abundant in plants that are bitter, plants that are very colorful. So look at eating at least 30 different plants a week, more if you're able to increase your polyphenol content. Again, the 5 F's are feet, fluid, fiber, fermentation, and phenols. And if you incorporate these into your diet and your lifestyle on a regular basis, chances are that you're going to be able to improve your gut, get rid of some of the gastrointestinal distress that you might have, or maybe you don't. Maybe you're, one of the few who doesn't. But I greatly encourage you, before you reach for a probiotic or reach for a laxative, try something to build up health internally. Lifestyle medicine works. Remember, Quartell Chiropractic, I'm here to help you. If you have any questions or concerns or comments, please reach out. We love to hear from you. Even if you have some suggestions on further videos, you can reach us on our website, social media, or quartellchiropractic@gmail.com. Thanks so much for listening.